Okay, welcome everybody to the Backpackers Blitz game show, live stream, none of the above, all of the above, whatever you want to call it. I am Chad with UGQ Outdoor, and to my right,
Other way.
on my side, it's that way.
Okay. My name is Ben from Hilltop Packs, and over to Tim.
My name is Tim, also from Hilltop Packs. Down
Next,
to Rob.
Rob, you're up.
Down to me? Okay, I am Rob Pelton because it says right there on the screen who I am. You can read it.
And I am Devin Salmon at Salmon Outdoors on Instagram.
Nice. So we are actually going to be trying something a little bit new tonight, which is terrifying, but also awesome. We're actually going to try to have some structure tonight where we're actually going to attempt to do some sort of game show style. So tonight's theme, Tim, do you remember tonight's theme?
I forgot already.
Okay. I figured that was going to be the case.
I love you, Chad. This might be the dumbest thing you've ever done.
Tonight's theme is act like a pro or a lunatic. I'm going to kick it back over to Ben because there's one thing that we consistently forget to talk about on this stream, which is giveaways. And tonight we are doing a giveaway, so Ben's going to share that really quick.
Yeah, so we have failed at miserably trying to do giveaways since we began this show, and it's mostly my fault. So I've actually passed the torch over to Chad to try to help figure this out. So tonight we're actually giving away two $25 gift cards, one from Hilltop Packs and one from UGQ. And we're going to be asking some questions. You guys are going to be giving some answers in the chat. And it could be a funny comment. It could be just maybe a controversial comment. It could be a very flattering comment to me. Who knows? And then, we're going to go through. We're going to pick some winners. I'm going to look at it. I may actually reach back to these guys to maybe look at some of those comments. But we're going to pick it at the end. The comments can be near the beginning of the show, but we're actually going to pick the winner at the end. So you got to watch the whole time. So I'm going to pass it back to Chad to talk some more, but that's kind of the gist of it. Somebody's going to win the $25 gift card from Hilltop Packs and one from UGQ.
Yep. So there's going to be a few prompts throughout the show where we're going to ask for you to drop comments. And basically what we're looking for is either the most creative, the most funny, the most unique, whatever it might be. We don't really know. We'll know it when we see it. Ben will know it when he sees it. You're trying to impress Ben, not anybody else. So top comment's going to win tonight, two $25 gift cards, maybe more. So with all that said, we are going to roll right into the first segment, which is called Trail Takes. So basically how it works is, as soon as I see how it works.
Unprecedented, everybody.
Oh, here we go. I got it. Yeah, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making all this crap up as we go.
I'm reading my outline right now.
Yes, everybody follow along on your outline. We have itineraries now. So this round is called Trail Takes. It's all about bold opinions where we're going to say something hot or controversial or maybe even dumb. And you're going to vote as the audience, you're going to vote in the chat. You're going to basically leave either a fire emoji or a poop emoji. So fire emoji if you agree, poop emoji if you don't agree. And essentially what we're looking for is, again, this is a good opportunity for the prompts, for comments. And so what we're going to do is each host is basically going to give a controversial statement, if you will, relating to backpack. And then each host is going to go around and give their response to that. And we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to start with my first hot take. And I think this one is going to resonate with some people. So mine is instant coffee is trail poison. Poison. Said it all weird. Instant coffee is trail poison. Ben, thoughts?
Okay, so I'm a little torn with that because when I go with a lot of friends and we're moving quickly, I do take instant coffee. But since I do own a coffee roaster, when I'm by myself, I know we're going to take some time. I do take my own coffee and I do a pour over on the trail using our system that we make at Apex Giant. There's a little plug there. So I'm a little torn, but mostly I try to take fresh coffee and share that with my friends. So I am definitely a fresh coffee guy, but I'll make an exception for the speed of the group if I know we're going to get up early and move along.
So one thing I forgot to add, at the end of each of us giving our answers, we want to bring somebody from the audience in who has a controversial, let's say, statement. Maybe it's going to be Troy. All right.
It's going to be Troy.
So next we're going to move over to Tim. Tim, thoughts on that? Instant coffee on the trail is poison.
Well, I don't often take coffee, although I do like it. I think all coffee is a less manly version to just carry a can of Monster Rockstar.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, what are your thoughts?
Well, I am not a huge coffee drinker. Now, truth be told, the only time I ever drink coffee is when I am on a backpacking trip because I am a caffeine fiend, and that is the quickest and lightest source of caffeine. So when I am on the trail, yeah, I do an instant coffee because, quite frankly, I don't know the difference.
Rob snorts it.
God, I was gonna say that, Tim. Come
I don't
on.
know that. So for those of you just joining, we are trying something new tonight. We are doing game show style, different segments. So right now we're in segment 2, I guess you would call it, called, what's it called? I don't even remember. Trail takes. So we're doing controversial topics, hot takes, whatever you want. Yeah. So right now the controversial hot take is instant coffee is poison. Fire emoji if you agree, poop emoji if you don't. Devin, thoughts?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say that I just snort coffee in the morning to get up and get going, but Tim actually stole that. I don't
buddy.
mind some of the instant coffee, like Nescafe, like the mocha ones are not terrible. So, but if you can take the weight, like if you're not doing a ton of miles and stuff, or you don't have early mornings, just take some actual coffee.
There you
Be a
go.
man, carry more weight.
All right, Ben, what do you think? You got a trail take for us?
As far as the controversial thing, so
Yeah, what do you
let's
got?
talk. Yeah, I'll quickly talk about food bags. And the only reason I'm bringing that up is every time we run an ad or a post or do some kind of photo of a food bag, mainly on Facebook or YouTube as well, I get comments that food bags are useless, food bags, and I don't really know what their motivation is behind that, because you still have to put your food in something. So it doesn't matter if it's a Dyneema one or a plastic bag, like your food's still going in something. You're not putting your food in your pockets. Why people feel the need to comment that the food bags are useless? I mean, I know in certain areas you got to carry a bare canister, and that makes a lot of sense. Most of the places I backpack never needed a bare canister, although I have a couple in case I ever need them. So probably
your hot take is food bags are essential.
Yeah, you need someplace to put your food, right? I mean, am I crazy? I mean,
Food
it could just be a Walmart bag.
Agree or
you gotta-
disagree?
Some kind of bag. Doesn't have to be an expensive bag, So I don't know.
All right, so I like it. Food bag is essential for backpacking. Tim, what are your thoughts?
I totally agree with Ben. I mean, you got to have a place to put your food. And I guess even before Ben decided to start paying me to talk nicely about his gear, I've been using Hilltop Packs for a long time. So to me, I think my very first food bag was a Hilltop Packs bag. So it's just always been a part of my system. And yeah, where else are you going to put your food? In a cardboard box or
We used to have this one guy that would comment that he hiked the Appalachian Trail with a Walmart shopping bag. And I highly doubt that, but I mean, you could. It wouldn't be the same bag the whole time, but just a weird comment to make. I don't know.
He's clearly better than you, Ben. Come on.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Admit when you've been defeated. Come on.
I'm sure. It definitely bothered me. Why did it bother me so bad? That's the one comment. I got a lot of crappy comments. That's the one that bothers me the most.
All right, Rob, I'm going to kick it over to you to answer that question, or agree or disagree.
No, I agree. Food bags are essential. Now, Hilltop Packs even says this. You don't need a Hilltop Packs food bag because they're custom printed and they're super cool and they're super light and they're waterproof and they're durable and they're just plain cool. But you do need to put your food in something. Some people use the stuff sack from the sleeping bag. Some people sleep with their food, what have you. But I think some sort of food hanging system or bear canister is necessary. But why not do yourself a favor and personalize your own and get my face on a food bag and hang it in a tree?
Yeah.
Agreed.
We'll have to offer that at a discount just so we can get some sales going, though.
There you go. Dig it. Yeah, but absolutely. I mean, otherwise, I'm not sure what you're doing with your food. So
yeah, right.
I think mostly it's just silly people that watched a video a long time ago that says that bear bags are useless, and they read the title and they think bear bags are useless.
We just really we need a chest organizer that has all of your food items
snack
in it.
pack.
Yeah, like
Right. So like as you're hiking, you don't need
just
bags.
wear your food,
dude.
Or just eat it before you leave. Just eat all the food before you leave.
All right,
well,
Devin,
a real man would just forage for his food anyway. He wouldn't need to even bring any. So
there we go.
Just like
Yeah,
a real
so
man
for-
drinks water like this.
For me, I actually take everything out of all of the packaging and I just dump all of the food into my bag. It's the lightest weight possible. No, I use the Hilltop Packs bag as well, and it's actually saved me. One of my beers exploded one time, and it was winter time, so if that would have got my down stuff, I would have cried. Granted, that was probably in its own bag because, it's winter time and you will die, so you try to take as many precautions as possible, but doesn't have to be something super duper fancy, but waterproof is definitely the way of doing it, just in case. I mean, if you're taking any liquids, anyways.
Yeah, I agree. So for those of you just listening, again, we are currently in a segment called Trail Takes, where we're basically discussing some controversial or more stereotypical controversial things in the backpacking world. Agree or disagree. If you agree with the hot take, leave a fire emoji comment in the chat, or a poop emoji if you disagree. Tim, what do you got for us?
Well, since I rarely do this, I think trekking poles are pretty well a useless.
Ooh, trekking poles are
How
useless.
old are you? You should be close to the age where you need it. It's like an
Yeah,
option.
you need a tattoo that says 3 points of contact.
Trekking poles are useless when you have to take your walker with you. Come on.
Oh man, here we go.
I'm just
So
kidding, Tim.
Can I just give Devin
Yeah,
the
I
prize?
prefer-
now? That was amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
No one's gonna make a better comment than that.
Yeah,
Hey,
Devin's
Devin,
right.
can you-
I need 6 points of contact, aka a walker. But yeah, my personal opinion is, and I have tried both. And as a matter of fact, just recently I did it because I was doing some elevation. I took 2 trekking poles. Once in a while, I'll bring 1, mostly because I feel like it's a weapon to beat small animals with. But I took 2 and I used them my entire trip. And my hang up, honestly, is just I hate having my hands occupied all the time. I'm not saying they're relatively helpful. And I am, like, in terms of physical fitness, probably in the 1% in my age group. I mean, I'm just an absolute Adonis. So
That's impressive.
it's hard. Other people my
Agreed.
age may not feel the same, but since I'm at peak physical shape, I just don't feel like they're necessary.
That's awesome.
Plus,
Wow.
I mean, I need a hand free to smoke cigarettes.
And drink Monster, so you need one in each hand.
Yeah.
All right,
you go.
Troy, what are your thoughts on that? Agree or disagree that trekking
I
poles
disagree.
are useless?
I disagree. I think they really help, and I use them for my tent. So I mean, I
That's a
gotta
good
have
point.
them.
Brings up a good point.
That's what the Z sticks are for. The Durston Z sticks.
Hey,
they're a
you
lot
had your
lighter than
chance.
trekking
You're
poles.
done talking.
You might get
Sorry,
fired
Tim.
from Gear Pro, Tim. I'd be careful.
All right, Mr. Pelton.
I'm torn because I've done a lot of backpacking trips with trekking poles and a lot without. A lot of it depends on the terrain. If I'm going to do a lot of uphill or if it's going to be very technical terrain, I'll opt to bring some trekking poles. Now, the tent that we use requires trekking poles, but Janelle, my partner, she always has trekking poles. But I'm also a YouTuber and I like to film, so I usually have a camera or a tripod. And then manipulating that in a trekking pole, that can be daunting as well. So it really all depends. If I'm going to be a serious backpacker, I'll go ahead and use the trekking poles. But if
Or at
I'm
least
gonna
look like you're one.
or if I'm going to film a trip that looks like it's a serious backpacking trip when it's really not, I'll leave them home. So I'm torn between the two. I see the advantage and I see the compromise. So yeah, I'm 50-50 with you, Tim. So
Thanks, buddy.
half thanks.
All right, Devin. I think we already know where you stand on this, but I want to hear it anyways.
Yeah, so first of all, I'd like to throw out for anyone in chat on a computer that doesn't know how to use emojis, if you just hit the Windows and then the period key, it'll bring up the emojis. So just so you know,
Thanks for
because
that.
not everyone's on a phone. But for me, I like trekking poles. I took a buddy of mine out. We were doing a 50-kilometer day, which is a very long
Nobody
day.
knows how long that is.
Yeah.
That is long. I don't actually know off the top of my head.
Five
What's that
miles.
convert to in
31
Celsius?
miles. which it was a respectable day. But he was making fun of me at first for having trekking poles. Peter, I'm talking about you if you're watching this. And by the end of the day, he had both of my trekking poles because he could barely walk. And I told him we saw some other people on the trail, but they weren't doing a super long day. He's like, "Oh, look, we're the only ones with trekking poles." I'm like, "Yeah, we're the only ones doing 50 kilometers or 31 point something miles." So I like them. I think they reduce the strain on your legs. And plus, I mean, you just build your upper body. I mean, no one wants to have leg day more than they have to, right? You got to build those arms and get some looks from the women. That's exactly why I use trekking poles.
I would agree on that. For a high mileage day like that, especially if you're going to do some decent downhills, they say the stats is it can relieve up to 30% of knee pressure while using a trekking pole.
Bullshit.
I mean that's what they say. But I see it. I see it.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh boy, we're getting this is exactly how I wanted this to go. So this is perfect. Troy, you are not prepared for. Well, let me ask you this. Do you have something controversial in this topic that you want to share? If not, because everybody else has examples that I sent them beforehand, feel free to pass it on to Rob.
Just pass it on to Rob.
All right, Rob.
I wasn't prepared.
So for those of you just joining, we are in a segment called, what's this called?
Trail takes.
Trail takes, and we are discussing some controversial. What do you guys call them? These are called hot takes. I've never even heard that. We're just
hot takes,
different
trail takes, controversial opinions.
Controversial opinions, whatever. Rob, what do you got for us?
Okay, so being an avid backpacker with tons and tons of experience and hiking all over the world, really, because that's the kind of the kind of guy I am. We eat a lot of dehydrated meals, and I've eaten dehydrated meals from tons of different companies. They're light, they're efficient, they're high calorie, and they're full of sodium. Mountain House isn't that bad. I've had some bad ones, I've had some good ones, but I've had some good meals from other companies, I've had some bad ones. But overall scheme of things, the OG Mountain House isn't that bad. Just saying.
So I'm going to stop you right there and
Already
remove you
stopped.
from the show. I'm just kidding.
You don't even backpack. You don't even know.
That's true. I've never even had a dehydrated meal. I would bring steak and salmon and whatever. No, I will. Honestly, I will agree with you. I will agree with you in that. I've had a wide variety of meals also. What I also like about Mountain House is I can find them at my favorite store, Walmart. So that's where I get all my outdoor essentials.
Well, I will say after a long 50-kilometer day on trail, Mountain House tastes like gourmet.
Oh, I wouldn't know, but it sounds like it would. All right, Ben,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts?
Oh, shit. What was the topic? I forgot. I was reading comments.
He said that Mountain House is the greatest freeze-dried meal out there.
Mountain House isn't that bad.
It's not that bad. Listen, I actually bought a ton of it, so I had so much of it, and I used it for a very long time. I have no problem. There's a couple that I don't like, but I'll eat almost anything. I'll eat any restaurant. I'll try new foods. I'm a wedding photographer. So I eat a lot of ethnic foods and things I've never tried before. So I just like trying new things. That said, I'm not the one to ask if Mountain House is good because I'll eat almost anything.
Right,
So
and
there's my
30 year
answer.
shelf life, go ahead and buy a bulk. It'll last
That's it. And that's what I did. I had boxes of it.
That's a good look you got on your face there, Chad.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, is he frozen? If we could change the format of the show now.
He kind of looks like a goat, like mid.
I wonder if he knows he's frozen.
I got a
Even in a
picture of him, so
silent
don't
room.
worry.
He don't. I bet he
We're
don't.
gonna leave it up there.
Awesome.
Can you make that larger for us, Ben? Actually, just for everyone. Ah,
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, there you
Gone.
go.
Oh,
So
well.
I
He'll
guess
be back.
it's to you, Tim.
Here.
What's your take on that? Mountain House isn't that
We're just
bad.
gonna bring in some new guys.
There we go.
Two
He's
holes.
in.
We're just letting
All right,
anybody
so-
in now.
So Mountain House, aside from Stroganoff, which I do somewhat like, the rest of Mountain House is like having a well-endowed celly if you were a prisoner. I just gag like crazy on that stuff. But yeah, beef stroganoff,
I have to know.
That's
Did you
pretty
write that
legit.
line before the show? Did you think of that like before the show? And like,
He's had
did
it
you
in
have that?
It's in the
so long.
script actually.
You had
in
that
the
locked and
chat.
loaded. How
It's
long have you been
been-
waiting to use that?
Since the beginning of the podcast, I was waiting for somebody to bring up Mountain House.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Oh my
granted,
God.
yeah, a lot of their food isn't good, but I just
Oh,
ate their
man.
tikka masala. That was actually pretty good. You know, the
Yeah, you
chicken-
had that on our trip.
Yeah, and it was surprisingly good.
How do you say that though?
Tikka marsala, chicken tikka marsala.
Can
Yeah.
you say it a little bit more authentically?
That's
Yes,
pretty
I can.
authentic.
I'm not going to.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk to some of these new guys we brought in the chat since since we got rid of Chad, we had to bring in 2 people to take his place. So 2 holes.
Take
What's up?
Thomas,
Top
what's
2
going on?
holes.
Not much. I had a great section hike on the AT. I finished last week.
Nice.
Did about 120 miles from the PA New Jersey state line back into central PA. I did that in 5.5 days.
Nice. How many kilometers?
Oh, geez, don't ask.
gotta translate
I have a
for us
conversion calendar. I
Canadians.
can pull it up. Hold on. Yeah, it was great. I did a 24-mile day, a 25-mile day, and a 26-mile day. That was pretty awesome, especially in Rocksylvania. It's rough. Windy, but otherwise great. Just a great time.
We got to stay on topic. 2 holes. What about
Yo,
Mountain
what is
House?
happening? I'm gone for 3 minutes.
Oh,
Chad's back.
I didn't have a single mountain house the whole time. No.
Do you have an opinion about Mountain House? You have 18 seconds. Go.
I'm a vegetarian, so a lot of Mountain House doesn't do it for me. Backpacker Pantries, Pad Thai chili is my all-time favorite of any of the backpacking meals. I really like some of the Ready Wise stuff. Good to Go. A couple of those are okay. But mostly I kind of make my own. A lot of Northside bases or ramen bases, couscous bases, and build things up from there.
Very good. Steve, I'll let you answer the same question. Mountain House, good or bad? What do you like? I forget.
I
what
always
it's
take
called, but
Tums with me when I take Mountain House.
there
You
you go.
grind
do
it
you
up
in,
and just
man.
sprinkle it in there like his seasoning.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I bought too much like Ben did because some of them were killer on me. But the pad thai is great. I love their breakfast stuff. I just had some on North Country Trail this spring. So with your little stove,
Awesome. Appreciate
yeah,
it.
Yeah, I rock the Apex Giant stove too, for sure.
Appreciate it, guys. Well, Chad, is there another segment we're going to get into, or I'll let you kind of
There's
take over
so
since
many-
you're
there's so
you're
many
back.
segments.
Hey,
Since you're
Devin didn't
back.
answer that question, did he?
It's okay. Devin's never actually had a mountain house, so I really don't have an opinion on mountain house.
Devin, they're not that bad.
You let this whole thing get away from me while I was gone, Ben.
Well, sorry.
I do have to agree with Tim's take though of eggs are the nastiest. Any dehydrated eggs I've ever had have been just no. Just stop trying to don't do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, most of my backpacking meals are peak refuel because I've won a bunch of them and then they're just really good. So I've been feeding off those for a while. So Mountain House
nobody
can
cares.
suck
Let's
it.
move on.
Just saying.
Fair enough.
Okay. Who has not done a hot take yet out of the actual hosts? Not all you
Myself.
randos that infiltrated somehow.
Just the Canadian that gets left behind. It's okay. It's hard
Okay,
to see
Devin.
me because I'm dressed up like John Cena, but
what is your hot take? Hit me with it. It better be good because we're really counting on you.
Gore-Tex shoes are trash. They're overpriced and don't work well.
Okay.
No, I think you're spot on.
All right. Tim, thoughts?
Completely agree. They're senseless if you got to do stream crossings. And I had a pair of low top Gore-Tex at one point, which might have been the dumbest purchase I ever made, unless you're in like
Same.
short grass dew. But the moment you go through a stream, you now have squishy shoes, whereas most trail runners these days, your feet dry them out in like 2 hours in a spring or summer day. So yeah, Gore-Tex, 100% agree. Garbage. It's bad for the environment too, I'm hearing.
What was it, a PFAS?
Yeah, like the microplastics. That one smart
I,
YouTuber with the beard, Steven,
Mm.
did that big old video.
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
My Life Outdoors.
Yeah, it's nasty
I
shit.
only wear muck boots when I hike. 'Cause typically I'm only,
So
I'm only
never.
going about a couple hundred yards. So
Couple hundred yards.
Yeah,
well, just back to the truck usually to get the rest of my stuff.
from the Walmart, from the front door to Walmart to your truck. Yeah,
Exactly.
after you drop off a batch of your quilts.
How So when you say first question, how many people even know what Gore-Tex shoes are? Number one. Number two, how many people actually have an opinion on that have tried so many different types of shoes that they know which ones are the best? I don't know.
Well,
get
I
all
will
my shoes
say,
off TikTok, so.
Gore-Tex is an old technology. It's supposed to be a breathable, waterproof fabric made by the W. Gore Company way back when. Now, I will say that there's none of those things are actually waterproof, highly water resistant, sure. But the only waterproof boots you're going to get are probably going to be those muck boots or some kind of high rubber boots, the tough boots, things like that. But I've had lots of Gore-Tex boots or the Gore-Tex counterparts. Everyone has their own proprietary systems, and they will all eventually leak. And there's some people who swear by them because they walk through a couple little puddles here and there. But for those of us who've actually been on trail and have to walk through stream crossings and lakes and don't want to change into Crocs every 10 seconds, like vented non-waterproof shoes or boots are the way to go, and no one's gonna hike in muck boots, So
I beg to differ.
Well, back to the truck.
That's walking, not hiking, Chad. Come on.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
My knees aren't getting high enough. Is that what it is?
You need to use your walker as well.
Right.
I
Yeah,
actually,
if I'm hanging
do
out
have a walker.
He's the youngest guy on the thing.
Yeah,
He's the youngest guy.
I have a
I'm
walker
walking
literally
with
right next to me. It's not even a joke. I used when I had my last hip surgery. So
See,
Okay.
there you go.
All right,
You're not
nailed
wrong.
it.
Thank you.
I will take that out on a trip, actually. Okay.
So to add to the Gore-Tex thing, like I've
let's
had
just keep
Gore-Tex
going.
shoes, and as soon as you walk through like any grass that has like dew on it, even doesn't even have to be super long. It just goes right down the top and into your shoe, and then it's soaked and it doesn't dry. Like it takes all night for it to dry.
Right. I just got called out by Minnesota Farm Girl. Yeah, I get it, but are you hiking 30 miles in them, Crystal? Mission
Crystal's actually me in the comments.
I knew it. I knew it.
Alter
Is it
ego.
real? No, it's not.
I'm just messing.
Maybe while hunting, I have actually worn those like big
absolutely.
rubber boots while
Yeah.
hunting,
Absolutely.
and that's a lot. But I mean, hey, you do what you got to do.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna.
Can I jump in here? I think Gore-Tex shoes have one use case scenario, and it's not backpacking or hiking. It's cycling about 4 months out of the year. When it's cold, there's a little bit of wet on the ground. Your pedals are kicking up a lot of that muck. Gore-Tex shoes are only good for that. Like 4 months out of the year on a bike, that's it. They're done.
Yeah, I'll jump in too on that. So I do a lot of mostly winter trips when I'm going out. If I know I'm just doing mostly miles, I wear my shoes. My trail runners, it's not a big deal. But if I'm going to stop and take pictures and I got my camera, got a tripod, sometimes I do take some waterproof boots. I have a couple different pairs. I couldn't tell you what's Gore-Tex, what's not. I'm not even sure. But mostly trail runners, unless I know I'm going to be hanging around camp or doing a lot of pictures in one place, then it's a little bit different in the snow. So it just depends. But for the most part, I'm not wearing them. But they have a place.
Well, a lot of people don't realize if you're going to walk through, let's say, tall grass that's wet, like in fresh morning dew. Now, the water may not leak in through the boots, but they will get your socks wet, which will in turn get down into your boots, and now it'll just hold them.
Exactly.
All right. I have one I want to throw out there. This has been heavy on my mind for a long time.
So next segment, actually, we're talking. No, just kidding. Keep going, Chad.
You shut up. You only talk when spoken to.
Who are you talking to? I don't even see anybody over there.
Yeah, exactly. My new one is ultralight is overrated.
Ooh.
That was going to be one of mine, and I agree. It's not my turn. You go, somebody.
No, that was it. I'm not even going to open up the discussion. It's just
Okay.
case closed.
Correct.
Moving on.
Be a man, carry more weight.
The other one I was going to use
Or
was
a strong woman. Sorry.
was more aimed towards Ben, which is anyone using Dyneema is compensating.
Oh, jeez. Well, we could talk about the ultralight thing real quick. So, my goal was to get my gear down as low as I possibly could, but it wasn't because I was trying to compete with anybody. I did want to bring a camera. I want to bring some extra gear with me. So I want to eliminate as much weight as I could so I can put a chair in my bag. I can bring a nicer camera with me and maybe even a tripod occasionally. So while I'm not an ultralight hiker most of the time, my goal is to go as light as possible with most of my gear. but I am trying to compensate for something, which is my camera gear. So just trying to offset each other.
Well, I try to go as light as possible to compensate getting old, right? But I'll never be ultralight. That's sub 10 pounds, right? That's,
Right.
I mean, like you're sleeping on like a pad this big, like, you know, I'm almost 50 like that. I'm not doing that anymore, right? But yeah, to go as light as possible so you can bring some of the extra, like a chair. Your camera equipment probably, you know, has a few pounds right there. So it'll all kind of even out at the end. But I say if you're going to prioritize camp time, which means shorter miles, you can go ahead and bring in more stuff. If you're going to prioritize trail time and most of your day is going to be on the trail, then that's where lighter weight packs, ultralight actually comes in handy. But not all of us are doing 50 kilometers. I'm just going to keep picking on you, Devin.
Didn't someone do a video a couple years ago about like the opposite of ultralight? They tried to see who could carry the most weight.
That was Buckley. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Was it really?
He's probably dead now, right?
How did I
It
miss
was
that?
so funny.
We should do that again.
Yeah, I agree. That's the ultra heavy competition. My buddy
seems
carried
awful.
in, like, my brother-in-law carried in a 16-person Coleman that he ratchet strapped to his backpack. He was at, like, I think 70 pounds or something like that.
It was something ridiculous. That video was so funny.
Yeah,
I
I would like to do that again. It's a great idea. Not mine.
I for years have thought about making the world's heaviest quilt and putting like
Lead.
1,000
Lead
ounces in
strips.
it or something stupid. Like, so it's literally stiff as a board when you pick it up and literally try to take it out on a trip. I think it would be pretty fun.
The down is just live chickens. Or geese. Sorry, geese.
Listen,
And that's when he had to have his. That's when he had to have his first surgery because he blew out.
I
his
have
knee.
considered chicken. I'm not even lying. Chicken.
Make
How
it
can you
carry
tell
the-
if someone's an ultralighter?
They'll tell you.
They'll let you know.
Yeah, don't worry, they'll tell you. Yeah.
Who,
I
who
consider
let-
myself
here,
full
by the way?
comfort ultralight, so I'm usually at 11 pounds throughout 3 seasons.
Yeah,
Um,
it should be just light enough. Light enough.
There you
So-
go. I like that tagline. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to actually roll into the next segment. I guess Ben's just going to keep bringing more people in. I don't know what's happening. So the next segment is actually not too far off of this current segment, but basically what it is called pick or pass. And each person's going to go around. They're going to list one item, and it could be just a random controversial item. It could be an item that's your go-to item that might spark some conversation with somebody else. And so each person's going to go around, list one item that they're either packing or passing, and why. And then in the comments, we want you also to comment either pack or pass for each one of these items and why. And again, we're also looking for the most interesting or the most funny or the most creative comment of the night. We're giving away 2 $25 gift cards, one from UGQ and one from Hilltop Packs for a single winner for the top comment. So this segment is called Pick, Pack, or Pass. And Rob and Devin are actually going to take over running this segment. I'm going to let them delegate who's answering and see what happens. I don't know
So
how good
real
they are
quick,
gonna be.
before we do that, and we haven't really talked about this yet, but any of you guys watching, you guys can actually join us in the stream. We're gonna be kicking Thomas and Steve out here in just a moment, but Thomas might just slip away. I'm not sure what he's doing there. But you guys can click on the link that I'm going to post here in a minute. Turn your camera on, join us. We're going to keep you in for a few minutes. We're going to kick you back out. That's the whole point of the Backpackers Blitz. We're just getting you in, getting you out, and not wasting a whole lot of time. But we want to give everybody at least 5 minutes or so. So I'm gonna post a link in here, and after this round, I'll be kicking these 2 guys out and then bringing some new guys. So
And if
back to you,
you're
Chad.
if you're going to come in on this segment, be thinking about your one item that you want to share, and you'll kind of get the gist of how this is going to work as we go. So mine is going to be, no, sorry, Devin. I keep trying to lead. I'm such a leader. What can I say? Devin or Rob, one of you two take it away.
Well, I know everyone is on a different part of their backpacking journey. Some people are starting out. Some people have been dialing in their gear for years, and now they only carry like a wet wipe and a pair of tweezers, and that's all they need on trail. But as everyone goes through, they find things that would work really, really well, and maybe it does, and then they find out maybe it doesn't. So we want to find out what items you have started packing or have stopped packing because you're just further along in your journey. So when I first got started backpacking, you're hiking all these miles in your shoes, and the first thing you want to do is at camp is take your shoes off. but now you got to walk around camp. So I packed camp shoes for a long time. Not necessarily these, but now I find myself not packing them as much. So what say everyone here? Camp shoes, yay? Nay?
No.
Why?
Nope.
Crocs, yes.
Nope.
I've
Let's
packed
go-
Crocs for years.
Let's go
Crocs,
around the
yeah.
group. So if we'll just do it in order. I'll start with mine. I am 100% on board with camp shoes because my camp is usually right outside my car. So I bring my camp shoes, my swim shoes, my shower shoes,
Prison shoes.
Oh, my. So depending on, I have different shoes for different outfits. So I got some orange shoes that I wear with my, and yes, these are all coming with me because when you're on trail with a celebrity, you have to make sure you have quick outfit changes. You have to have, there's just so much that goes into it. So it's a 100% pack for me.
We going around the horn, Chad?
Tim, yep, it's on you.
I'm exactly like Rob. I even tried to find like lots of different lightweight or less bulky camp shoes, and I completely think they're worthless anymore. I just unlace my shoes and walk around like a slacker, or I'll even walk around in barefoot because if you don't know about grounding, the human foot needs to touch the earth from time to time. So barefoot in certain occasions, but yeah, no camp shoes anymore.
Yeah, I don't carry camp shoes. I do occasionally carry. I have these really they're insoles for your shoes and a little bit harder. And I just happen to have them, and I went ahead and I trimmed them down. And I poked holes and put like some string around them. So I'll take that if the ground's going to be wet. If I think it's going to rain or any at all, so I'm getting it out of my tent. I'm not taking muddy feet back into my tent. But for the most part, I don't wear them around camp. I'm not nothing like that. I'll go barefoot if I take my shoes off. So I am probably I've never taken camp shoes, honestly. Even after walking through a creek, I'm just gonna keep walking till my feet dry.
You're just so much better than everyone, as always. So
True.
we know.
True.
I mean, he is the main character here, so let's
That's
be
true.
honest. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't. Can you? Anybody else see Devin? I can't even see him. Let's see.
Oh, Devin's here.
I hear him.
there you go,
Oh, that
guys.
was-
Sorry,
Did anybody notice my?
Hey, Devin.
I just
anybody
got to
notice
get
my quilt
ahead, you
climbers?
know.
Anybody notice my quilt climbers climbing to the top of the mountain
I
back
don't
here?
see anything. Up
Those
there.
are
There's nothing
awesome.
there.
The one on the
Yeah,
right.
just
Those
Yeah.
are real. That's actually
That's
a real
fake.
photo. That's her life size right there.
Yeah, she's wearing camp shoes.
That she is. That is a fact. Actually, I think the auto removed background actually cut her feet off, so I think she's up
Oh,
there with
man.
some stubs. Okay,
Steps.
Devin, did you answer?
No, I got interrupted by Chad once again. It's okay.
I'll
Oh,
get to
thank
it.
you. Oh, hey, everybody.
Main stage, man. Take it away.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have to say that no, camp shoes. I mean, it's just added weight. Like everyone else said, just take your shoes off. You know, let your feet dry out and air out. I actually have been looking at the Z-Packs ones though, just because they kind of look neat. And I saw those Mayfly ones that they sell, and no dissing Mayfly, but that looks like as soon as I step on them, I'm going to wear right through them. So no, I don't use any, but you know, I'm open to it. If I find something that's good, I'm not fully against it, but just I'm not taking Crocs or anything else with me. Thomas, how about yourself? What do you think?
Not a camp shoe guy. The Z-Packs ones do look interesting, but I don't think I would bring those backpacking. I might bring them bike packing once I get out of my cycling shoes. Something else. My hack is the little Tyvek booty socks that a contractor might put on if they come into your house.
Yeah.
Not completely waterproof, but I'll put my bare feet in those and walk around in camp just that way, so I have something to keep the dirt off my feet. But yeah, nothing other than that.
They do actually make waterproof ones, just so you know.
That's right. Get those Hilltop branded. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilltop Shoes, ladies and gentlemen. The next company to come out of Ben's head.
Next evolution.
We actually did try to design some like outer covers just so you could throw on your feet when you get out at camp at night to go use the restroom or something like that. And we just couldn't find anything that would keep the seams dry enough that would make me happy. Like if you wear your socks and you walked out at night, it's just going to seep. All the fabrics we have at some point we get a pinhole, and it was just I don't have the fabrics in our shop to really do something like that yet, but we may in the future.
Make the sole out of titanium, and it can be like Apex
There you go.
Giants.
There you go.
Yeah,
Hilltop
articulated.
packs.
Yeah.
Lost your ass every time you got out of your tent.
And then put Rob's face on it, so when you look down, you can see him looking back up at you.
Obvious.
Yeah,
It's got a
Those-
good sole, you know.
he's already on my underwear, so that's
Goose feet gear makes the over booties for like down booties. I've got the Torrid Apex booties for the winter, but I bought those goose feet gear over booties, and every time I wear them, they're like ankle breakers. You just slide inside of them because they're so big and there's no form to them. So
I have
good
those
idea,
too.
bad execution.
Yeah, I have
Those are
those too. They're little.
Enlightened equipment ones.
No, he's talking about the goose feet.
I have
What's
the
it called?
Enlightened equipment booties, but these
Yeah,
are like the
that's-
goose feet gear over booties.
Okay. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
the Enlightened equipment ones too.
I'm gonna make the over booties that go over all of them.
Whoa.
Yeah, then we're
Do
getting
it.
crazy.
I dare you.
All right, where are we at? You two are supposed to be leading us and keeping this thing
And
moving. Let's
Steve,
go.
your turn. What about you? Do you think camp
I'm
shoes?
still Crocs. I'm still Crocs all the way. Though my brothers led me along the ultralight thing, he made me like call them Jesus sandals. So they're cut out of leather. He hikes either barefoot, so the grounding thing,
Mhm.
and he slips on the Jesus sandals. So he did it wasn't a Kruger challenge. He did some 100-mile challenge across Michigan, and did it barefoot and in those sandals. So
That's wild.
yeah.
Now,
Good
if
deal.
you're using Crocs, are you using those for stream crossings too? And would those not just get like soaked up with water?
Well, I haven't had them get soaked up, and yeah, I do use them when it's wet out, or if my shoes get wet, I'll have those tied on my pack and walk in the Crocs a little bit, let them dry or whatever. So
Fair
I
enough.
just, yeah, the Crocs just stay really dry. They're simple, just simple Crocs, nothing.
I bring my Crocs purely for fashion. There's actually real no practical purpose for them. It's the long white socks with Crocs. That's my look. So
Yeah, and you can
It's a good look.
you can install the headlights on them too, or the croc
Yeah.
light.
you can accessorize them. That's what I like about them. I'm with
Yeah.
you on that.
Trekking poles, Crocs, and socks. Man, you got it. And your walker.
You're good. And a G-string, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's too far. Too far.
Okay, before I get too turned on, we're gonna kick these two guys out. Thomas and Steve, thanks for hanging out with us. I got two new guys we're gonna bring in before Chad jumps on to the next segment. So I'm gonna kick you guys out. See you guys later.
I'd just like to
Yeah,
note
bye.
these are the boots that are being used by
I
our
just
good
saw
friend
those.
Chad.
That's my photo. How'd you get
Simpsons.
that?
Yeah,
They're
I
the
like
big
your
birds.
socks too. Those are
Actually,
great.
they're not in my color. I need
They
a
actually
bright
make
orange.
those. Like I think
They're
they're
orange.
real, aren't they?
I think those are real. I don't.
I
Really
think
know.
I think they are. If not, they should be.
I know they make them without the holes in it, but anyways,
Okay,
Do they
so
make them
I'm gonna keep us on track because clearly
Never.
leaving it up to these two. So what we're doing right now is we're doing a segment called Pack or Pass, and we're going around selecting one item and deciding whether we're bringing it or we're not bringing it, and your reason why. Again, we're looking for top comment of the night for tonight's giveaway, and that is going to be decided by Ben exclusively with no help from anyone whatsoever. He will be the one that decides. So if you don't win, blame him. Or just get more creative. I don't know what to tell you.
boycott Hilltop packs.
So Rob went first. His item was camp shoes that he is no longer bringing, used to no longer bringing. Devin, what do you got for us?
A jar of pickles. I mean, you got the juice in there. It's full of salt. You get your electrolytes. They're tasty and actually fun hack for everyone. If you do have beef stroganoff of any sort, cut up some pickles in there, and it is honestly life changing. I'm not joking. I am fully serious. Even if at your house, you just cut up some pickles, add it to your beef stroganoff. It'll change your life. I promise you.
That's a lot of solid points there.
Hot damn, it is. Yeah.
I'm sold. I will never pack
Perfect.
without pickles again. I promise.
Exactly. I keep some in my glove box in my car just in case for emergency pickles.
Emergency.
Okay,
It's breaking
so
case of pickles, and
for those of you listening, right now on the table is a jar of pickles. Pack or pass? Leave it in the comments. Pack or pass, and why? Tim, what are your thoughts?
That's a damn decent idea, man. I mean, I'm more for the pickle juice because it's just as good as bananas or anything else for cramping, from what I understand. But yeah, I don't know about a jar, but
okay. I mean, you can put them in.
you
a
got my
bag.
wheels
Let's be honest.
turning, Devin. That's
When you're
excellent.
done with it, you can
Pickle
poop
juice,
in the
Capri
jar
Suns.
and leave no trace. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, nothing better than a jar of shit to take home with you.
Get the corn out of it. Next, Ben.
Sorry, was talking away for a second.
Good time.
Pickles.
No, a jar of pickles. It has to be the jar with the juice.
Those
On
need
trail?
to be in your Hilltop Packs food bag because it is bound to get broken, and you need to have it waterproof so you don't get the rest of your stuff. So
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I like pickles, but I'm gonna pass. That's not a thing for me.
what a hater. Corey,
I don't
what about
eat.
you?
If you want to carry it, I'll eat it.
In the great words of who said it earlier? Was it Buckley? I got to pull it back up on screen. For those of you just joining, we are in a segment called Pack or Pass, and we have two very special guests on screen. Ladies and gentlemen, Goat's Milk and Matthew McConaughey.
Welcome back, Goat's Milk.
All right.
There it is. Corey.
That up is my name.
You need to. Corey with Majestic Hammock. What's going on, my friend?
Nothing. I came in late, so I'm just catching into this. So I'll try to catch up quick.
So we are doing segments, and the segment is called Pack or Pass. We're going around selecting one item that you're either going to pack or pass. So the item on the table right now is a jar of pickles. Pack or pass?
Because it's a jar, I'd probably pass on it. I like pickles. I like spicy pickles. I would take pickle juice. That's all good. I'd probably pack it differently than in a jar.
What if it's an 8-ounce jar?
Are you coming with me? I'll bring the jar for you.
I'll pack it. That's fine.
That way you can
I'll have a scooter or an e-bike or something.
crap in it and pack it out yourself.
There you go. All right, Goat's Milk. What do you think? Jar of pickles, pack or pass?
Well, after that sales pitch by Salmon Outdoors there, I'm thinking about just taking the jar and dumping it right into the bear canister. So just having a bear canister full of pickles.
Yep.
That's doable. That's doable.
Did you guys see Bear Vault is putting out their scented line of bear canisters? I think that's a genius idea. And they're doing just for Packers Blitz, they're actually doing a pickle scented one. It's green and everyone will love it.
Yeah, it was on sale yesterday. It was on sale yesterday.
All right, sorry.
Kevin from the chats just brought up dehydrated pickles. I just thought I'd throw that out there. I've never heard of that.
Never heard of it. I'd try it though.
It just turns it into pickle powder.
Pickle powder.
Pickle juice powder. You snort it, Tim? Man, we're on the same page with all this stuff.
Well, I think
it's hard.
Devin, go ahead and try that for us. Devin or Tim, try that for us. Let us know how it goes.
Don't tempt me with a good time. I'll be pickled by the end of the night.
Listen, I'm on board with all of it. So, Troy, what are your thoughts? Jar of pickles, pack or pass?
Man, I love pickles, but the jar, no, I don't know. Pickles would make the freeze-dried food taste better, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There you go. Rob.
Let me tell you why all you pickle-loving freak shows are wrong.
Whoa. Kick him out.
Pickles
Gone.
are the devil's
banned.
They're disgusting.
We will not accept anti-pickle propaganda, Rob.
Rob, you turned your mic off. Right, he turned your microphone off, Rob.
Right. Thank you, Rob. We appreciate your insight.
Pickles. That's fine. That just means more pickles for you, right?
Listen,
he turned it off again.
Well, thank you, Rob, for that very insightful.
You're a super hater because I won that argument. That's how you shut down progress, is muting these.
How many pickles could a pickled Pelton pack of pickled peckers?
Nice, the old pickle hater.
All right, I'm gonna pass it on to Corey. Corey, do you have?
I want to pack of pickled peckers first.
I'm gonna mute everybody. You guys don't stop. All right, Corey, do you have one item? It could be a random item. It could be a made-up item. It could be anything you think. Pack or pass, why, and then we're going to let everybody answer.
Okay, I'd probably go between some sort of a blade, either my fixed blade or I debate whether to bring a hatchet or something along those lines. Just weight and I guess convenience for what else it can do. So I always debate those two, and it's hard to know which I'm carrying or which I'm not, or maybe I'm bringing both. I'm always bringing something though.
So a blade of some sort to cut.
Correct.
Is what
Correct.
We're gonna go. Okay.
That'll work.
A blade of any type, something that you can cut something with, pack or pass, and why. I'm going to answer that first and say I'm 100% on board with you. I have a knife on me at all times no matter where I'm at. I will say, though, I am also an overpacker, and I always bring a foldable saw. I've yet to ever use it in real life. In fact, I think the tag is still on it, if I'm being honest. But I always have these dreams of making like this crazy bushcraft shelter when I'm out there, and then I realize that I don't know what I'm doing. But
At least you're still in your backyard.
Well, yeah, that's true. I can just go grab the chainsaw. Tim, what do you think? Pack or pass on a knife blade of some sort?
Man, the honest truth is the only time I ever carried a knife is to promote Hilltop Packs, Apex Giant. I carried their tiny little knife, the world's smallest knife, and the neck knife, which are actually really cool. But I think all you guys are just lame for thinking you're ever going to need it for any other reason other than like open your mountain house package or something like
make
that.
A spear to fight off bears, obviously.
Yeah. No. I rarely find the need. I rarely find the need for a knife. I'm not whittling wood or stabbing bears.
Whatever. Next.
Yeah.
Ben, what do you think?
About knives, I don't carry one on me, but I do keep one in my med kit, just the tiny knife that we make. And occasionally I'll take the neck knife that we have now, that we've had for about a year now. I started carrying that a little bit, but I don't typically carry it on me. It's in a toiletry bag or someplace close by.
Nice.
Yeah.
Devin, what do you think?
I just use my wit to cut through anything. I'm just sharp as a knife, and that gets most things open. I also, just in case, I keep the Swiss Army Victorinox tiny little knife that most people use because it's light as all get out and has skizzers and stuff on it. So, yar. Corey, what about yourself?
That was Corey's thing. You can't ask him.
Oh, it was Corey's. You're right. Sorry, Corey. Goat's milk.
That's all good.
The only knife that I carry with me is because it's attached to my little it's a Leatherman it's called a squirt. It's a little set of pliers that I take with me. That's the only knife, and only because it's attached to that.
So that's like the multi-tool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's probably smarter than all of us just carrying a knife like an idiot. Obviously, we need screwdrivers and bottle openers too.
Okay,
right,
so
Troy.
what are you using your screwdriver for out in the
Yeah, I was
woods,
thinking the
Chad?
same
Come
thing.
on. Especially when you're right next to your garage.
Listen, do you know how far away my garage is from where I have to camp? It's like a solid 100 yards, so ain't nobody walking back to get that. Troy, knife or no knife?
I take a little knife, little fixed blade, just in my pack, just something light in case I need it.
Very well said, and way to keep on theme with the pace of tonight's live stream. I really appreciate your energy and how you just answer the questions. You don't tell an entire story or like Rob, where you give us the history of knives when it's your turn.
He hasn't even had a turn yet.
I also wear camp shoes. I have a lightweight pair of Birkenstocks because you skipped me on that. But I have a lightweight pair of Birkenstocks that I carry with me. So camp shoes, yes.
Birkies.
Nice. That's Devin and Rob's fault. They're supposed to be hosting this segment. I know.
Chad just kind of took over. So Rob, the pickle hater, Pickle Pelton, what are you thinking about knives?
Well, I am Team EDC, right? I always have a knife with me in some way, somehow. And let me tell you about the history of Kershaw. Back in I carry a knife with me every day in normal life, but when I'm on a backpack trip, I do not. I carry a little Swiss Army knife, and I basically use the scissors if I need to cut tear tape or something like that. You know what I mean? And if you come at me with a pickle, I'm going to stab the shit out of you.
Please don't stab my pickle.
No.
Yeah,
it's on the table.
I agree with that statement. Okay, goat's milk. What do you got? What's an item? It could be made up item. It could be controversial. It could be anything you can think of. Pack or pass. What do you got?
Wasn't prepared for this. I was told there was
Ben warned you while you were in chat.
It could be like something like deodorant, right? A lot of people don't like taking deodorant on backpacking trips.
Just
a lot of
look
people
behind
do.
you. What is
It could be sunglasses. It could be a stuffed animal to snuggle with at night.
Could be friends.
Could be a friend, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Book.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. Is it a physical book or can it be an ebook also? Because that doesn't count.
I like physical books, so I'm a little bit old school in that. And yes, it is heavy and cumbersome, but I do not own an ebook, and I do not plan on owning an ebook. So I'm going to say a physical book.
Man.
I actually took a book on my very first trip, and I thought I was really cool. And I got there, and I realized I never read books. What the hell? Why am I bringing? I didn't read books before. I haven't read books.
Chad's actually,
yeah.
Chad is disqualified from this because he can't read regardless. So whether it's an ebook or a physical book,
Well, he likes the picture books.
See Jane run, Jane, run. Good Jane.
That's why he used 3 letters for his companies because he didn't know how to spell anything. So it's just like.
This is all valid points. You guys don't understand how true what you're saying actually is.
I'm illiterate as shit too, Chad. So you're in good company, bud.
Yeah.
Listen, the only book I've ever read was the Bible. Okay. And now I know everything there is to know about life and philosophy and morals and every aspect of life that you could ever think. So I don't need any other books.
And now for our next.
Amen, Chad.
I've not read the Bible. I've read lots of the Bible, but there's so much of it that I just. Moving on. We're not doing that tonight.
Let's just talk about politics too. Let's just do that.
Religion, politics, it's all whatever. Okay. So your item is a physical book. I don't know if I've ever owned a physical book, to be honest. So no, I'm definitely passing on that.
Really? How to make
I do
tacos
own
and dummies?
All right, Tim, what do you think?
No books for me. I wish I was a reader, but I don't read either. I'm with Ben. I just don't read books. Next.
Devin.
Benjamin. Oh wait, no, he already did his. All right,
Yeah,
so I just use audiobooks, to be honest with you. I don't read a whole lot. I like audiobooks and then just like cranking the speed on it to get through it faster. So physical book? No, I just listen to audiobooks.
Quick side question, if I may, just for Devin, because our sense of humors are clicking so well tonight. So in terms of audio, do you watch porn or just listen to it?
That's valid.
None of the above.
Somebody warned me because I would have did the mute button thing on him.
You watch it on mute. Got it.
You have a delay. You need a delay.
Yeah, there needs to be a shut Tim Buckley down or anti-pickle propaganda.
I need a
call me weird, but I like the audio. I don't see any need for video.
Okay, Corey, hurry, please. Corey,
follow-up question for
Corey.
I can't even get it out.
Okay, I will answer. Unless I'm going on a long hike. If I was going to do the AT or something long, I would probably take a book with me on normal trips or hikes or hangs or whatever. I'm not packing a physical book with me typically, no.
I would think it would be the exact opposite of that. So
really, I'm just not a reader. I have my to-do list is so long. I don't have time to sit and read most of the time. So that's not my hobby, you know?
He's busy running a successful business, Chad. You wouldn't understand.
Dude, I got so much free time. It's not even funny.
I've seen your life. I know.
Literally, that's all I do. Where are we at?
I'm not a book guy.
No, Goat Smoke was the one that said it. Troy.
I'm not a book guy, but if I was going to bring a book, it'd probably be because I needed some kindling or something.
That's fair.
You know,
or to roll doobies with, you know,
or something. Yeah, that would work even.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, pickle. PP.
Books. I have carried books on trail. If it's a short hike, a 1 night or 2 night, sure, I'll pack a book, especially if it's something that I might be into. I know how to read, and I'm actually more enlightened than you folks. But
the pickle.
But I will say, you know, Playboy for the articles.
Okay.
He muted your mic again.
He's never.
Yeah, like you said, Playboy for the articles or Guns and Ammo.
Yeah, buddy.
I'll teach you how to read, Chad. I'll be by soon.
Troy, do you have an item for us? Again, can be controversial, can be made up, can be whatever your little heart desires. Maybe a big old giant smoked brisket that you're throwing in your backpack.
I would take that weight.
Well, the last trip that I went on, I took my 40 cal, my Smith & Wesson 40. It was kind of heavy, but I had it strapped on the side, and by the second day, I had it in my pack. I didn't even strap it on the side. So that could be controversial, but that's what I took.
Okay,
for whatever
so
reason.
the what's on the table now is a 40 cal specifically. So pack or pass, Tim?
Pass. I'm a pacifist. I don't disagree with guns, but yeah, I mean, also I'm like, again, back to my fitness level. Nobody's gonna.
He said pacifist, so I had to hurry up and get in there.
We want division only here. No one's allowed to have uncontroversial takes. So please keep it as divisive as possible. Thank
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a true statement.
Yeah, I think those of you that are violent, just figure it out. It's not necessary. You don't need to be shooting people, Troy.
For the
You doesn't
Super Bowl.
need to, but
Where's the fun in not?
You don't need
come
to
on.
until you need to.
Yeah. No, I've hung out with Rob before he brought a gun on trail. It was actually a lot of fun. And yeah, I grew up hunting and stuff. And
Yeah,
I see the need
you
for
run
it.
really fast. I was very surprised.
Yeah, I dodged. Got to zigzag, man. Zigzag.
Also, you just got us demonetized for saying gun, so now I will make exactly
Wow.
$0 on this.
You can't say that word?
I don't know. I've never been monetized, so
Yeah, we're not monetized. Are we monetized? That should have been my first question.
first of all, we make no money.
No one
anyway.
listens to us. Come on.
We have 32 people watching. Let's be honest. We're not making any money.
Ben, okay, a 40 cal, pass or pack?
No, I wouldn't carry it. I mean, I'm a gun owner. I shoot, but at the weight, I'm not going to carry it. That's not for me. I don't care if I hike with people that have guns. Don't bother me.
What about if you're backpacking in Africa on a wild safari?
40 cal wouldn't really do you any good.
I don't know that that's where I'd want a backpack. First of all, it sounds like there's animals there that would probably eat me. That doesn't sound fun. Bugs, heat. That's not my thing. I live in Pennsylvania. There's trees, shade, snow. That's more my thing.
All right, Devin, let's open
I'm
up the door a little
Canadian.
bit. How about any
guns are
firearm?
basically completely illegal here, so I can't really pack even if I wanted to. I'm not against it. If you're up in like Colorado or something, you guys got mountain lions and bears and stuff. I don't know about bears, but we have bears here. Honestly, like whenever I have gone out hunting, we generally, we all have guns, and it's a lot safer for us that way. So I wouldn't really want to come across a grizzly bear in the woods. So
Yeah, I tend to agree with that statement. Who else? Who else hasn't answered?
Corey, you packing while you go out?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was quick. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
So there's been hikes and trips that I've been on that, I carry a 40. That's my daily carry or whatnot. But most hikes down in Florida, I don't carry. When I'm in Colorado, I tend to. It just depends on kind of what kind of a trip I am on, basically, and whether it goes with me.
That's fair, Crystal.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Not as
Thank you very
entertaining
much.
as I thought it was going to be.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So
Goat's milk.
So even though I live in grizzly country, I don't pack.
A
There's a
40's
lot
not going to do much to a grizzly.
stuff behind there with the effectiveness of guns versus bear spray, and I know that would cause a big stir. It always does around here. But yeah, generally speaking, I have never felt the need to, even here in grizzly country, because one, I know that I'm a really good shot when it's a piece of paper stationary 20 feet in front of me. But if that thing suddenly grew claws and fangs and was coming at me 35 miles an hour, I'm not hitting shit. So
Yeah, there's something over the high pitched screams makes things a little bit more inaccurate when you start shooting. Okay. Who's next to pick an item?
I gotta talk about guns.
You haven't answered this question yet?
No.
Is your opinion similar to your opinion on pickles? Because if
No.
so,
No,
we don't really.
I already had my mouth.
That
covered
opinion
in
doesn't
meat.
invalidate anything. But a 40 cal in bear country is probably the smallest, most effective round. If it's a 9mm 38, you're just going to piss it off, right? So go 40 caliber, 10 millimeter bigger. But I used to carry, when I first started, I carried a 9mm Glock in a chest rig in Arkansas. because I felt like it, and now I don't. It's just too much weight.
There's a state that you never hear anybody talk about.
Kansas.
I forgot it existed until just now.
Wonderful.
I did have a really funny story working in a shop here in Montana, and I was showing a guy bear spray, and I showed it to him, and he looks at it, and he holds the package, and he looks at me and goes, "I don't know, man. I think it's too heavy. I'm just going to carry a handgun instead." Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's always those ones out there. All right, who's up to pick an item to pack or pass? Has everybody done that yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to wrap things up necessarily, but we should heed the time. We're at an hour and 7 minutes. What has everybody done the pick or pass, Chad?
I don't know. Who hasn't done it? Raise your hand. Okay, everybody's done it. You haven't done it, Rob?
Yeah, camp shoes.
Oh yeah, you did it.
Yeah,
we're still on.
Don't raise your hand then. Come on. What are you doing?
Guns. No, I was going to point.
Okay, let's do this. Everybody right now that's on this live stream, put your item in the comments right now, and we're going to put them up on screen, and we're all going to give our responses to those comments.
We should just do like thumbs up, the thumbs down real quick, because there might be a lot of them.
Well, we'll just pick the ones that we want to. We'll let Ben decide. So if Ben doesn't pick your comment, get a better one.
He's the bad guy.
Okay, here we go. What do you guys think about Life Straw versus like other water filtration systems? Ooh. I personally do not carry that. It's just a little too cumbersome. It's good for like a backup on a day trip, but I would not use it on an actual backpacking trip. Next.
Agreed, Mark. Your opinions are trash.
Wow. Is he the one that said something about your mom earlier?
He's my buddy.
I've never used one, so I have no comment.
Pass.
Terrible. They're just inefficient. Get a real filter like a Sawyer Squeeze or a B-Free or something. Come on.
Okay, everybody at once. Thumbs up or thumbs down. All right, that's for backpacking trips. Okay, here's the next one.
Correct.
Bourbon. Are you bourbon guy or whiskey guy? Let's just do bourbon. Up or down?
Bourbon is whiskey.
I'm sorry. I meant to say, yeah. You know what I mean.
I'm out. Speaking of that,
I don't drink much these days, but
yeah, same either. All right, what else we got?
Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. I bought one a long time ago. Never used it.
I just wear shorts.
I just wear nothing.
Just let my pants dry.
I just hike faster.
Skin's
there you go. More aerodynamic.
Okay, here's
the
one
rain jacket and nothing below.
Yeah, here's one that I started carrying a couple of years ago. Air pump for my mattress. That is a big thumbs up for me. Absolutely.
I don't have one, but I'm not against it.
You guys sleep on inflatable stuff? Bunch of weirdos.
Say again.
Yeah, we don't have a hammock.
I get dizzy trying to blow up my stuff.
Me and Corey are like, what are air pumps for?
Yeah. I got nothing.
Okay, camp chair.
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm by myself, sometimes I don't take it, but if I'm with a couple of people, I'll take it.
If I could get the recliner out there, I would. Absolutely.
Cool. Timmy, BTR.
Hey, Tim, take note for your ultra heavy thing. Just take a recliner out there and just pile everything on top of the recliner.
Yeah.
Hey, is anybody smoking cigars?
I don't smoke.
I don't smoke.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I have. Okay, here we go. Hey, Todd's Polar Jam, right? Who has one of these? I got a couple of them. He sent me a few of them. Hoping one day I make them for Todd. We're trying. I mean, Todd's Polar Jammer.
Yeah, they're a badass little thing.
Yeah, so
neat idea.
We can talk about it for a second real quick. I didn't get these made this winter. I'm hoping to work something out. I can make them for him before next winter. And actually, we're going to donate some money to one of his charities, which is pretty cool. So we'll talk more about that later. But I'm trying to work with Chad here to get Chad to actually make them instead of me. We'll figure all that out. But hopefully before next year, we make some money for a good charity there. Okay.
Get off on you, Chad.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm used to it.
Okay. This is going to be for Chad.
Just in case.
You guys know Chad's 7 years older than I am. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Get into that, Chad.
I honestly feel like for the first time I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know how to respond to that for a couple of reasons. One, I'm happily married. Number one. Two, Brittany doesn't hike, so pretty much
So the answer is yes. Okay, got
Yes. Yeah, you
So
can't
Chad,
roll out your hammock that way.
Here, Moosey.
Yeah, I take
Yeah.
Viagra for pleasuring myself. You guys don't do that?
God, where is his mute button? How does he keep talking? How did this happen?
We all act surprised, but he always does it.
Not weird unless you make it weird.
That makes a lot more sense thinking back to the trip we did together, Tim. He wouldn't let me go
Wait,
to bed.
what?
He just kept following me around.
If
Yeah,
the hammocks are rocking, don't come knocking.
that's it. Okay,
Yeah,
this next one's also, we'll start with Chad as well. Here we go. There we go.
I don't. What
A
is
panel
that?
of dudes. I don't think so.
Cooler
Okay.
cloth. That's a handy thing for ladies. I don't.
Right.
Absolutely.
I
Oh,
might
that's
get caught
that.
with it, but
You
yeah,
say-
That's that
Absolutely.
urine thing that
yeah.
with that you
Yep.
wipe with the and then you do the
Yeah.
I don't need that. No, I actually no, because when I pee, I give it enough shakes. I guess is what I'm getting at. So
If you shake it more than 3 times, you're playing with it, Chad. Come on.
now and then for
That was what
number
I was-
2, I actually make sure I just spread my cheeks far enough apart that it doesn't leave anything behind. So
Where's his mute button?
Just
at?
eat Mountain House, and you won't have to worry about it.
Explosive.
This one, we're gonna start with Troy on this one. You taking steak?
Ooh.
Oh, I
Good
have
guess.
taken steak before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Going backpack.
definite pack.
Night one
Full
with a
brisket.
campfire.
There you go.
Simple one. Toothbrush, of course. I'll take a toothbrush.
For what?
In case Tim takes his pills and wants to have a good time.
I just pop
Oh.
my dentures out and we're good to go.
Here, we're gonna show our true colors here.
Don't smoke.
I'd
I'm not against
consider
it.
it. I'd consider it on
I'm okay
every
with
trip
it.
I
I just
take.
don't.
I'm gonna throw a
I'll-
hard no comment.
I'll carry it for Tim. We'll just leave it at that.
It weighs
Okay.
less than an ounce.
It's legal
Okay, here's
for-
one. I do carry bear spray. Anyone else carry bear spray? I'm a bear spray guy.
Grizzly country in Alberta.
I use it for deodorant.
Grizzly.
All right.
Green
You
Montana.
gotta keep it away from me. Though.
I add
Keep it
some
away
to
from
my
me.
to my steak. It adds good spice, you know.
Yeah.
So actually, fun fact of the day, I have put dog spray on a hot dog before and ate it. So yeah,
What the
Okay.
dog?
Afterwards.
It's
it's
dog
like bear
spray?
spray except for dogs. I don't know. It's in a smaller container. Someone had some.
What the hell's wrong with you Canucks, man? What's going
Spicy
on up
food's
there?
good, and you get a bunch of dumb young guys together.
Yeah,
we
that
do
ketchup
stupid
gets
stuff.
spicy up there. Woo!
Yeah,
And you guys question why I wanted Devin on the show. All right.
I'm Bethel.
Okay. How about a sword? Anybody carrying a sword? A sword?
Yes,
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
we should carry more swords. Like, we
I'd
should
like to.
walk around with swords. I love swords.
Yeah, man.
EDC, yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Pot scraper. I don't carry a pot scraper. I have a little rag I always carry with me. I keep things cleaned out, but I don't really cook food in my pot,
Yeah.
so
I
I'm not
can
getting super
say-
dirty anyway.
I can
Yeah.
say with absolute
Right, no.
certainty that I know Corey doesn't, because if you've ever seen the inside of his coffee mug, it's literally the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my
That is
existence.
Flavor. Sir.
What are you doing looking at another man's coffee mug?
Also
Listen,
true.
And-
I filled it with
judging it.
I filled it with some Hilltop Packs whiskey coffee, and
I want some so bad.
when I went to go pour it into his cup, I literally was gagging. There was like chunks of old food in there, and what else was? I mean, it was like a whole ecosystem. It was so yeah. I know.
Okay, here we go. Dude wipes. I carry some wet wipes.
Wipes.
I do.
Oh, those are a must.
Need a
Wow,
stomach.
I'm the only one. Wow. Okay.
Look at that right there.
Look at that.
Right
There you
there.
go.
There it is.
Repair kits.
They're in
Obviously,
the
I
shop. You
carry.
never know when you're gonna need one.
I always carry some a repair kit for my sleeping pad and just some duct tape. So I'm a yes on repair kit, of course, and a thread and needle. Any hammock guys? I'm not a hammock person, and I don't really care.
Sorry, Corey.
Yeah.
Try him.
Yeah.
Hammocks
You'll
are
learn.
great.
Try him.
I'm just waiting for some guy to come along and change my mind. Just some guy
Coach
named
Feet
Pete.
around.
Some guy named Pete.
Maybe he
You
can
never
change
know.
my mind.
I
Maybe
think
Corey.
Pete and Corey should both send us all free hammocks just so we
That's
can,
it. Yeah, we can. That's it. You can compare.
Yeah,
There
I
you
wouldn't
go.
complain.
Okay, this is Brian's late. All right, okay, Brian, you should came a little sooner. Thumbs up. That's the thing. That's the thumbs down.
Hey, at least he showed up. Okay.
At least
Come
he
on,
showed
You
up.
Brian.
guys ever get made-
Battle.
you guys
I'm
ever
proud
get
of you
made
for at
fun
least
of-
showing up.
Passionate
You guys
about
ever
it.
get made fun of for your thumbs, or is it just me?
Just you.
My
Yours
thumb
bend backwards.
goes straight up.
Oh
That's
yeah,
my
you
God.
You
got
got
all
one
I
of
got.
those.
That's all I
Yeah.
got.
Rob
The real-
and Chad. You got thumbs like my wife, man.
When he
You
hitchhikes
can't
the
tell
car,
which way I'm pointing.
You don't get it going behind you.
So I know we talked about this earlier, but Brian wasn't here, so we're gonna do it for Brian. Trekking poles. I'm a trekking pole guy.
trekking
For double trekking
week.
poles, by the way.
and the elderly.
Okay.
I'm glad nobody heard that. Apparently,
I did not.
Dogs are good.
Hi, Mikey.
Hi, Michael.
That's Mr.
Yeah.
Ghost, Rob.
Oh,
That's a
rock
hard
on.
one.
You gotta take the pups.
Okay, let's
out.
just go with this.
That
How about any bidet users? I can't see myself doing that. I just can't do it. Yeah, it's not for me.
In my house, yes. Out in the woods, no.
wait, that's an
Great.
option.
Squirt
I
myself
had
in the
two, and we lost both of them, Ben. But they're great.
Isn't
If you
isn't
squirt
that
yourself
just
in the
taking
eye with
your?
a bidet, do you get pink eye?
What?
I've,
How about
I've,
a raise? Anybody shaving on trail? Who's out there long enough to shave? I've never hiked long enough to shave. So
I go out there so I don't have to shave.
that's it.
Everyone
out
just
there
looks homeless.
Oh, here we go. Any gummy users out there? I wouldn't mind trying that a little bit. So I haven't, but I'll say yes.
Ben, I'm coming over this weekend.
All right. I am going out this weekend, so okay. Come on, bring your whatever it is you camp in.
It changes from week to week.
His truck.
I actually
His
just
truck.
bought an e-bike that does like 40 miles per hour, so I will definitely be camping off that this year.
Oh, we got some crazy lady here talking about wine in a box.
An entire box of wine. And you guys
I'm
laughed
not-
at the
not
jar of
against it.
pickles.
If somebody
yeah,
else
oh,
brings
yeah.
it, they
If someone else
carry it.
carries it,
Somebody else
Someone else
carries it.
carries it.
I'm
That's
good.
right. That's
I want
right.
to know who that
Not a
is.
big wine fan.
Just strap it to the pack in front of you and dispense it as you're hiking.
So this one is for Devin specifically. Any curlers? Do you regret that, by the way? Have you thought about that?
Oh, absolutely. Do I regret it? No, it was funny. I'm okay. I mean, hey, I'm wearing a ghillie suit right now. I mean,
Joe was embarrassed for you.
That's
and
okay.
He basically told me, "Don't ever put him in that position again."
Hey, I mean, Joe's looking at moving out this way so he can actually be closer to me. He was asking me tips on hair as well, so we're probably going to end up helping each other
does have
out,
a ponytail
curling
now,
each other's
so.
hair. Yeah,
so
exactly.
this-
See, he's got more than I got.
This seems like a good idea.
Yes,
So we're all going to say yes on that one? All right.
absolutely.
Yep, for water containers specifically.
Yes.
as long as
water.
they're the strawberry flavored ones, because that's the only flavor I like anymore.
He's
Is there
saving
like an
on water flavor.
electrolyte version as well?
He's got a
Condoms are like Viagra. I only use them when I'm alone.
Okay, how about a satellite device, InReach or other satellite device? I use one.
Heck yeah.
And I use one with a communicator. We can actually talk back to people who love you. If you have any of those people,
No.
I actually
okay.
had one
Not against
built
it,
right into
don't
my
have one.
truck, so it works great.
Let's talk about pots. Let's do it this way. Do you use a cooking pot bigger than a 550? Say bigger or small? Bigger. Okay. Anybody use one smaller than a 550? I do not.
I think the
Okay.
Tokes
And
550 is what I have.
I use a 750.
Apex Giant 750.
There you
Yeah.
go. Oh, here we go. Brian Winburn is this is why he was late. He was late because some manscaping. Thanks for the explanation. We appreciate it.
With this
Yep, we need
foldable
a before and
backpacking
after,
saw.
if you wouldn't mind.
What's that noise?
If you can mute your mic, please. And don't hold the mic so far down. Okay, so a buff. Who cares a buff?
Hey,
I
boo.
don't.
I
My head's
usually
too
do.
You
big.
mean
I
this?
use my ginger face.
Not that.
No.
Sleeping bag liner. Now I made a couple and I've used a couple in the wintertime. I don't use them in the summer at all, but I've
In
not
the
gone
winter.
back to. In the winter,
I
This is
I
wear my
prefer the
long jump.
ones that are just actually built right into the quilt. Is my
yeah.
I've heard those are coming out sometime, you know.
Yeah.
So are we a yes
eventually.
or I'm a yes, but I don't
Yes,
use it
in the
often.
winter, yeah.
I'm a hard no because I'm
I-
quite literally developing a product to do away with sleeping bag liners. So
Suck it, see the summit.
I have the alpaca one from I don't remember the
Appalachian Gear Company?
Appalachian Gear, yeah.
Yeah.
After
Did they
your
go out of
time.
business? They went out of
They're
business.
back. I saw they posted something the other day,
ooh, I should do that.
but they were gone. Yeah. What,
make
go
like
out of
a,
business?
make like a sweet comeback story. Just like leave for like 6 months and then
You just like shut down your profile and everyone's like celebrating.
And,
Hey,
and
no.
by the way, Corey, I apologize that your face keeps getting covered. So if you just bring your head up a little bit, so we can all see you
I'm
there.
like Wilson.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about cowboy camping. Has anybody actually slept out in the stars? I've only done it one time.
oh yeah.
Once. And we
Yes.
almost
Yes.
died. Mosquitoes.
Winter.
I
I've
actually
not done that yet.
gave my tent to two lost hikers, and I started to sleep. I wanted to sleep outside. I actually ended up crawling in tent with another guy. It got really cold, so I was like, okay, this is a stupid idea. But I do want to go out and actually try actual cowboy camping for an entire night. So I'd like to try that one day.
Chad's coming over to you next week, I hear. So
Yep.
With
That would be the perfect time to camp under the stars. I promise.
Bring that handful of Viagra. I'm waiting for you. All right.
What about a
Well,
cat? Anyone bring a cat out like camping?
a cat?
A
Oh,
cat.
I see.
Emergency cat.
Girl Scout cookies.
Heck
Just
yeah, brother.
in general. Yes.
Seven
boys.
sleeves. 7 sleeves. How many boxes is that?
Wait, didn't they just come out and say that the Girl Scout cookies have like
really,
heavy
really
metals
bad
in them
for
or
you.
something?
They're like the least healthiest cookie on the market. Yeah.
I think they have something really not good in them, and I don't
They're
remember
like
what it was.
they're banned in every country but the United States.
Just like Mountain Dew. Yeah.
And
Okay.
California.
So I think I got to the end of the list here for the most part. We got to pick our winner. What do you guys want to do?
Okay, so we are at the point in the live stream where we are going to, Ben exclusively is going to pick tonight's winner based on his favorite comment of the night. It could have been from any segment, from any topic we were talking about. Hopefully he's got one in mind. Once he picks the winner, he's going to put the comment up on screen. One of us will reach out to them. We need an email, something. We'll keep them. I don't know what we'll do. We'll figure out how to get them.
Do this. What we did last time. Chad, put your email address in the chat so everybody can spam you, and then the winner can actually message you that he won. Okay. So let's do that. So I did pick a winner already. I found one. And I found a way to track. Yeah, I found a way to track the comments as we went along, which made it a little bit easier than trying to write it down because my hand, I don't even know what the hell I wrote last time. Anyway,
real quick before you announce that. So for those of you that don't know, what we're giving away is a $25 gift card for UGQ Outdoor and a $25 gift card for Hilltop Packs. Both gift cards are going to this single winner. We'll probably, my guess is, do something similar to this each week. So thank everybody for sticking around to the end. And Ben, take it away.
So I try to pay attention, and I know I missed a couple of, but my favorite one is, can we get a drum roll or something? Who can do a drum roll? There it is. Don't confuse your piss jar with your pickle jar.
Hey.
There's the winner.
That's a pro tip if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
And the poop jar. That's another one. That's
Rob, do you have any thoughts on this?
pudding.
No, I agree. Or just do yourself a favor and don't bring any of it.
Hey, you shut up.
Stop being a hater. Okay, mute him again.
You stop hating on the haters.
Can't we all just get along?
No.
All right,
Okay.
Ruben, so real quick, so make sure you email Chad, and he'll get you those codes within a day or two. I know Chad's gonna take over in just a second, but we want to do this every single Wednesday night at 9:00. We were gonna do it just for a month, and then we had so much fun. We're gonna do it for the whole month of, what month is this?
Yes,
April.
It's April.
Yeah, we're gonna do through April, and they'll make another decision at the end of April. I'm having a lot of fun. Hopefully these guys are having fun too. I know Goat's Milk is having fun. He's been here many times already. Yeah, he's coming back for more torture. It's great.
Keep putting me on.
So we're gonna go around real quick. Everybody can kind of take in who you are and who you represent. I'll just go first. Of course, Ben from Hilltop Packs, also Apex Giant. But if you're local to us in Waynesburg, in Greene County, Pennsylvania, come check out our coffee shop, RGB Coffee. If you're gonna do that, hit me up first. I'll get you a free cup of coffee while you're there. Chad.
I am Chad, and we make quilts that allow you to go farther and higher than ever before. See what I did there? See
Whoa.
Planned that.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Tim.
I'm Tim. I am Tim from Hilltop Packs, and I was reading the comments. Also have a small YouTube channel, Backpacking with Buckley. It is the second best backpacking YouTube channel to Rob Pelton.
Oh, look at that.
You would really compliment a pickle hater like that?
I also have a YouTube channel,
brothers.
and so does Ben. So I'm kind of
Oh.
Goat's Milk, you have one too, don't you?
Yep. So does Devin as well.
So you're
It's
you're
like
really
one
ruining a
video
lot
there.
of friendships right now. You're burning a lot
Right.
of bridges,
Well,
I guess is what I'm getting
let me
at.
repeat that mine is the second best channel to Rob Pelton, and I didn't know you guys. I didn't know you guys had.
I'm
YouTube.
Rob Pelton, and you can find me on YouTube under Rob Pelton.
Pickle
Thanks
Pelton.
for that.
And I am Devin Salmon. You can find me on Instagram at Salmon Outdoors. I'm a photographer in Alberta, Canada.
I'm Troy. I have a barbecue food trailer in Waynesburg or Jefferson, Pennsylvania. So if you're ever in the area, look us up. You can do it at whatsmokingbbq.com, and you can find us. So we're RGB on Friday nights, 4 to 7. By the way,
we're coming. We're coming.
Want some brisket?
That's right.
Goat's Milk, you're up.
Formerly Ghost Mule, and YouTube channel is Everyday Backpacker. So that's all I got. I'm not that cool.
He's
You're
pretty
cool.
cool.
You're so cool.
You're freaking cool as shit, dude. Corey, you're next.
All right.
Matthew
I'm also
McConaughey.
not cool. Corey with Majestic Hammock.
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
There it is.
So
let me just
fun fact.
say seriously before we wrap things up, everybody on the screen, I love you guys. This has been so much fun, and I'm glad to see the repeat offenders. And those of you in the comments, a lot of the same. Man, it's just a lot of fun to have you all here, and I just want to genuinely thank you all from the bottom of my cold, dark heart. Go ahead.
We are having a lot of fun
We love
with
you
this.
too.
And so any of you guys that have not joined our live stream, it's pretty simple. You just click it with your phone, get yourself in a quiet room, put the camera on. You can handhold it like Corey's doing, make us all dizzy, and it's just we'll talk to you for a little bit. There you go.
Whoa, magic trick.
Magic.
That's so
Yeah.
majestic.
You know, Huck's there's some guys in the chat that have been in the live stream, but definitely join us. We're having a lot of fun. We're not here trying to sell backpacking gear and hammocks and whatever that is that Devin does. What do you do? What is your job?
I take pictures and then post them on the internet, and
They're really
them.
cool. They're really cool.
I am technically a professional photographer. I've sold one to Snackbox, who was in the chat earlier.
Nice.
Right
Well,
on.
now there's a tariff on all your photos. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah. Goes
Actually,
both
I think
ways.
it comes from the States, so I don't know how that works, to be honest.
I don't know. That's a whole nother live stream. We can talk about that some other time. But anyway, yeah, seriously, next time, if you guys are watching the chat, join us next week. Just turn your camera on, click on the link, and join us. It's a lot of fun. And Pickle Pelton here will tell you how much fun it is, right, Rob?
Absolutely. And also share this podcast with all your friends and family and people you don't like.
It's more fun than you can shake a pickle at.
Pickle diggers all across the world.
Yeah.
Right.
And a special thanks to Chad, because as much shit as we give you, this worked out pretty well. You kind of ran the show well. Bravo, sir.
He does all right.
Well
He's
done,
moderately
sir.
acceptable.
Way to keep us prepared. Look at that.
Yep.
He did all that.
Yeah.
That was thanks to Chad GPT.
Chad
GPT. Yep.
GPT.
Chad GPT.
That
Nice.
was there it is.
That's the free version.
Yeah.
Chad GPT.
Special
So
mention to Ben for it up.
We will if you guys like this format, please
Corey, I didn't know you were in
Format.
Texas.
So
leave us a comment.
about half hour ago, I loaded that up so I could put that up for next time Corey talked, and I forgot about it.
That's
So
awesome.
Corey, hold on a second. Everybody just pause for a second. Corey, could you tell everybody where they can find you, buddy? Go ahead.
MajesticHammock.com or majestichammock@gmail.com. All right.
All right.
More on the big screen. So,
That's awesome.
as I was saying, if you like this format, leave it in the comments. Tell us whether you like it or you hate it. We're going to continue to refine and tweak and hopefully come up with some new segments and keep shaking things up. But the more we can get you guys in on the live stream, get you interacting with us, the more fun it is. So please don't hesitate to jump on. We don't care where you're at, whether you're in the bathroom or, I'm trying to run a good show here, and I feel like every time I'm. All right. Well, you know what? I'm never doing this again. So.
Yes, you are.
I know. As of right now, next week's topic is fashion crimes on the trail. So we are going to potentially create some segments around some fashion crimes on trail. It might be entirely different by then. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing ever. Nobody does. So,
well, Chad, good job. Before we wrap it up, Chad, you did a good job. Seriously, I had low expectations, but I looked at that list you sent me. I was like, holy crap. Anyway, you did a good job. I'm impressed. So keep it going. Good job.
No, I'm done talking. So you can close it.
It was good. I'm giving you a compliment. There's a compliment in there somewhere. I promise.
Also, coupon code for UGQ Outdoor. Ben is awesome. Good for 10% off. Be sure to use that for 10% off the entire site. Maybe the only coupon code active for the rest of the year. So,
and there's a coupon code at Hilltop Packs, and you can use it for 10% off. It is Chad is okay, and that's a real code. Chad is okay at Hilltop Packs. Yes. Or Ben is awesome at what's your website again? What's your company called?
It is hammockgear.com.
All right. Should we wrap it up right there?
Yeah, I think that's a good place.
Take it out.
Please like and subscribe Hilltop Packs on YouTube so that you can get notified as we are doing this every week, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. This is the place to be. We will be doing giveaways every week and fun interactive stuff like this. So be sure to tune in and participate. And with that,
before we go, real quick, all of you guys on screen, stick around. Don't go anywhere. After this is over, I want to talk to you guys for 1 second. All right, now you can say it again.
The whole thing? It was such a good outro. And I even did the point. That's where my engineer, Ben, was supposed to put the outro on screen.
Your engineer.
Do it again. Just point again. Do that again. Point again.
And with that, we'll see you on the next one.